Baptism is a symbol of purification and admission to the Christian church. Baptism is held by a priest sprinkling water on someone's forehead, or by immersing. Baptism is the regeneration of one's faith and a new upbringing in the church.
The history of baptism can be traced back all the way to the times of the Old Testament, from the time when Peter explained that the great flood of God's judgment symbolized the baptism that would save you. The history of baptism is most prevalent through John the Baptist, however. John the Baptist, the last prophet of the Old Covenant, baptized Jesus Christ in the Jordan River. The sacraments of initiation, baptism, Holy Communion, and confirmation are the three primary sacraments on which the rest of our lives as Catholics depend on. The sacrament of baptism is almost like the welcoming entrance into the church. When one goes through baptism, they are relieved of the original sin they are born with, through Adam and Eve. Also, after the ceremony is over, the final award the recipient is received is the sanctifying grace from God, which is the life of God within our very own souls. When one is baptized by their church, they are seen as a true member of that church and a loving follower of Jesus Christ. Baptism allows you to relieve yourself from your old sinful life and start a new one with the church and community by your side. While many believe baptism is just dumping your head in water and saying you're a believer in Jesus, there's much more to that. Baptism is vital because it demonstrates that one is a firm believer in Catholicism and openly demonstrates one's obedience in Jesus Christ. Also, Jesus specifically commanded it himself how vital baptism is to our faith in Matthew chapter 28 verses 19 through 20. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. When we were discussing baptism with one another, it came to all of our attention that all my group members and I were baptized when we were just babies. While it's better to be baptized at a young age to relieve oneself of original sin, it would have been very impactful if we knew what was actually going on. If we never had a baptism before and learned all the important facts and traditions of it, like we did during the completion of this project, it would have been much more impactful than when we were just babies and can't remember a single thing. We all agree that baptism is single-handedly the most important sacrament because of its strong effect on the church, the community, and oneself.